Let's be real. Nobody knows when the clock runs out. And at this point in life that we're at, we're all basically like working to die because we're all pressing towards the American dream, right? But in reality, it should be called the American illusion. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly why. There may be 60% of you that like can't stand this, and there could be another 40% that love me for this. I am here for the 40%. Let's get into it. So, what is the American dream? Go to school, right? You get really, really good grades, because the better your grades are, better the school is that you get into. And once you go to college, you get your degree, and then after you get your degree, you get a job in your field, making a whole bunch of money, and then you can begin getting those things that make up the American dream, which is purchasing your first car, then you purchase your first house, and then all of these things make up the American dream. You've purchased your own home, and you've purchased your own car, and you have this degree. Now you are living the American dream. Well, let's really be real. That's not how you get rich, living the American dream. The American dream is an American illusion that makes it so the rich can stay rich. The reason that most of us don't understand this is because we don't understand how the rich make money. We think that the rich make money by, you know, starting big businesses and doing all this stuff, and they live the American dream too. That is not true. The rich only get rich two ways: debt and taxes. And in this video, I'm gonna prove it to you. Once we go to school, especially if you're African American, you will understand exactly what I mean. We go to school, everybody's taught the same exact thing. Once you're in Head Start, you're gonna know a certain thing. Once you're in first, second, third, fourth, fifth grade, everybody is taught the same thing. We're handed the same books with the same bullcrap stories in it, just like Christopher Columbus, who discovered America, even though there were already people here when we got here. That's not what we're talking about today, but you get my drift. And this, like, now we're not even going to get to all of the different ways that they make money, but let's just get to one, the very first form of debt that we accumulate. Now, it is a fact. You guys do your research. All of you guys have to be like, where do you get your sources? List your sources. Google is on your phone. Just type it in yourself and you can find the sources on your own. Yeah. So it is a fact that 1 out of 4 Americans have student loan debt. Okay? So 1 out of 4 people translates into 44.7 million people. 44.7 million people, guys. These 44.7 million people, remember, we're talking about like normal student loans. So not doctors, lawyers, and stuff like that. We're just talking about the basic degrees, okay? So like I said, the median debt is about $37,000. So that payment translates to about $393 a month, okay? So 44.7 million people are paying $393 a month in their student loans, okay? That translates $17,567,100,000 a month, you guys, a month. That is how much the government makes off of your student debt that you accumulate, because it's a part of the American dream to go ahead and get your, you know, a degree and a diploma. And that has nothing to do with doctors and lawyers and things like that, because their debt is way higher than that. My mother knows someone who's now, she was a counselor at a school. Her student loan payment is $895 a month, baby. $995 a month. Rich become rich from debt and taxes, guys. And understand, if they're making all of that money, that's just off of our student loans. That has nothing to do with the houses and the cars, because the American dream is like, oh my God, buy a house, buy a car. Y'all gonna get mad when I say this, but it's the reality of it. Unless you have, let's say the house that we're in right now is worth $409,000. Unless you have $409,000 in cash in your hand, you did not buy anything. You didn't buy anything. All you did was sign a contract that says, okay, you give me the money so I can buy this house, and then I'm gonna pay you back all of this interest. So if the house is worth $409,000, trust and believe you're paying more than that back. okay? Over a 30-year period or a 15-year period, whatever. Most people that I know is like 30 years. So over a 30-year period, that's after 30 years, then you own the house. But at any time, if you lose your job, anything like that, like the house no longer belongs to you. Same thing with the car. You're not buying a house. You're not buying a car. You are accumulating more debt. The majority of Americans, 1 out of 4 Americans, have over $30,000 to $45,000 worth of debt before they even are able to legally buy liquor. Yeah, so if we are going to elevate with everything else, then you have to move. The world as we know it and the way that we know businesses to work are completely changing. And if you do not want to be caught up in this recession that's coming in 2020, then you need to change the way that you think. Now, I'm sure if you've been paying attention, most of you guys know about the projected recession and all of those different things. Well, a lot of people are saying things like, just like back home, people are like, oh my God, like white people are building everything up and pushing us out and stuff. Nobody's pushing you out. You're pushing yourself out, because this is what's happening. I'm gonna use somebody that we know for an example. So it's this lady that we know, and she's following the American dream, okay? Like, she had been working for this company, for this casino out here for about 25 years, right? Was letting go of everybody that's been there. They've bought them out, right? And they are hiring all new people, like firing everybody. And then they're hiring all new people at lower cost. So these are not exact numbers, but if you're making $35 an hour and they have all these people that they're paying $35 an hour, they're firing them all, and then they're bringing in brand new people and they're gonna pay them $15 an hour to do the same job. Is it great? Is it okay? Is it nice for them to do it? In most people's opinion, no. But at the end of the day, it's not your business. It's theirs. And they're gonna do what's best for them. No, they're not thinking about the fact that you're not able to pay their bills. That is your job. Okay, like I said, she was living the American dream, and she went ahead and bought this house, and she bought this big, huge house. She bought the house. She didn't buy anything. She lost her job, and now she can no longer afford to pay her mortgage because she lost her job. So the house that she bought is no longer hers. It belongs to the bank. Okay, that house now belongs to the bank. The American dream is to accumulate debt, you guys. It's to accumulate debt, and that's how they make money. That is how the rich make money. Remember that number that I just quoted you guys? That's what they're making every month. Billions of dollars every month off of you following the American dream as soon as you graduate high school. The way that the world is moving right now, it is imperative that we do not put all of our eggs in one basket. You need to have multiple sources of income. The rich have multiple sources of income, okay? And before we move on to my last point, you guys, we are so busy trying to keep up with the Joneses. We want to have like these big old cars. We want to have these nice expensive cars and the most beautiful house and all of that stuff, just so somebody can see you driving up in your however much money your car costs. Like you, and know like, oh, I pay this much for my car because I bought this car. No, you did not. At the end of the day, if you guys really sit down and do your research, what's his name? Mark Zuckerberg, the one who owns Facebook, he was driving a Honda Civic, y'all. We know how much money Mark Zuckerberg is worth. Yeah, him and his wife was walking down the street with Skechers on. He not trying to drive around in no $2 million car to impress y'all. No, he's like, we want point A to point B. And then if you go to the house that they were living in at the time, I'm not talking about where they're living in now, but this was like last year. The house that they were living in, it wasn't no big old huge mansion. It wasn't. The rich do not become rich in the ways that you guys think that they do. And we're chasing it so much, that's what's making them rich. Us believing this illusion of the American dream and us running so fast after it and not really taking the time to use our brains. Everything is changing. Brands that have been around since we were kids, Macy's, BB, all of these different ones. I'm gonna list a couple right here. All of these different brands and companies that have been around since we were kids are closing down and switching to online sales. When you go inside of Walmart, at least here, I don't know how it is in other states. If it's like this in your state, leave me a comment below. We use the self-checkout line. They don't even need physical human beings to be cashiers anymore. Most of the time we're so upset, like, oh my God, they don't care about us. Nobody is gonna care about you as much as you do. Your mind needs to change. Now it's time for everybody to start pulling on those things that are within them, all of the talents that you have, because the only difference between you and the person that you work for is you have a dream and you don't believe that you can accomplish it, and they had a dream and they did not stop until it was done, and now they have an employee like you. The game is completely changed, okay? So now we're shifting gears a little bit, and I want to talk to influencers, because now that the games have changed and all of these brands are switching to online sales, now influencers, you need to really step your game up. And if, let's say, you don't classify yourself as an influencer, let's say you're just a female that takes pictures, like, or let's say you're just someone, you're starting a YouTube channel, or you have a YouTube channel and you're doing these promos for free. For example, a lot of these brands are contacting me like, hey girl, you're so pretty girl. I want to send you this hair and I'll send it to you for free so you can make me a video. This is my issue, and I put this on my stories, and we were having a real big conversation in my stories on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram, girl, so you can be involved in the conversation. We had this one last week. We need to stop working for free. And what I mean by that is this: I'm gonna be very, very transparent with you guys. Most of you know that I used to have a product line, right? Now, when my product line, originally, when my product line started, you can ask my husband or my mom, I never was like, oh my God, I always wanted to have a product line. Like, I wasn't like when I was a little girl, like, oh my God, I want to be a hairstylist inside of Sally's, or no, that was never one of my dreams. In school, and I was learning about product formulation, this butter to cure my daughter's cradle cap. Oh, I want to start making these products for my clients. So I just made a small batch, and my clients were buying it like crazy. So my husband was like, oh, let's just put it on the website. It'll be easier for my clients to start buying my products online like that. And then it just blew the freak up. So I'm like, okay. Well, mind you, at this point, I'm probably like, what, like 23, 24, if even that, probably younger than that. And I'm like, whoa, like to just be sitting there and make like $2,000, $3,000 in like 24 hours from selling a product. I'm like, oh my God, like, whoa. And before I knew it, like, stuff took off. And in that same time frame, my Instagram started popping, and I was on Shade Room. And before I know it, like, we have so many freaking orders, and we were not prepared for that, because it was never like a dream of mine, right? But anywho, okay, gotta start taking this seriously, and I have to start doing different promotions. Now, I have been on both sides of the gate. Okay, so I've been the brand that needs promotion from an influencer, and I've been the influencer that needs promotion from the brand. We would start off doing like $20 promo, $30, $50, $60, and then it slowly went up, because every time if I spent $60 on a promo, I would make like $400 back. Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, if I'm making $400 back spending it on the $60 promo, how much am I gonna make on the $200 promo? So it just kept going up. That leads me to this: if you're an influencer and a brand contacts you and they're like, okay, I need you to promote this hair for me, and then you're like, okay, cool, you're gonna do it for free, you're wasting so much of your time and so much of your energy making them hundreds and thousands of dollars for free. Because now that all of these brands are switching to 100% online sales, they now need influencers. I'm really scared right now because of the algorithm changes on Instagram and the changes to the algorithm here on YouTube, where it's harder for people to like see your post and all of that stuff. But what you guys don't understand is, if you are making it now, you up there. And if you are a person who is just starting out as an influencer, it is now a level playing ground. Because before on YouTube, there were certain people that were on top and nobody else could climb. But now, even people that have millions of subscribers here on YouTube still have videos that have been posted for a month that don't even have 20,000 views. Now that means nothing. We're so pressed about all of these different brands staying in order so we can make money, where it's not their job. It is not YouTube's responsibility to make sure you make money. It's not Instagram's responsibility to make sure you make money. All of these changes with the algorithm and things of that nature are put into place to make things easier for that brand. So if all of these brands are doing things to make things easier for them, I think you should probably do the same thing too. You need more than just the Instagram. You need more than just a bunch of likes. You need more than just a bunch of views, and you need more than just a bunch of comments. Because the reality of it is, all it takes is for one of these platforms to get sued by someone, and then they're gonna start making a whole lot of changes. Just like YouTube with the copyright infringement and stuff, YouTube ended up getting sued. There's a whole, I'll leave the link in the description box so you can go and watch it for yourself. But there was a legal situation that led to all of the different copyright things and stuff like that that we run into here on YouTube. So you need more than a channel. You need more than likes and views. Have your own website to the point where you own your email list and different things like that. We all need to dig deeper and find other solutions and stop depending on these brands to make us money, and stop depending on all of these other companies to make us money. It's not their responsibility. It's not. It's your responsibility to build a legacy for your children that they can pick up once you go. Because at the end of the day, if you have nothing once these brands decide to change their businesses, then that's all on you, baby. It's all on you. It's not that everybody is like, oh, the world is changing or the world is getting so bad. No. Now the world is everybody's being put in a position where they are now responsible for their own elevation. Yeah. In closing, you guys, I feel like our main problem is the way that we learn. We're taught to learn everything and do everything exact. Just like here on my channel, whenever I make an educational video or whatever you want to call it, people are like, where are your facts? Where are your facts? I want facts. I want somebody else that researched it, and I want them to do it for me, and I need to know that I know before I go, and then I'll be successful. Any person that you see that is at the top of their game now had failure after failure after failure after failure after failure after failure after failure, and every time they failed, they pulled out all of the good things that they learned out of that situation, and then noted all of the failures that they had. So then the next time around they failed again, but they didn't fail in that area. Okay, I failed so many times. I've had so many like roadblocks, you name it, like 5-day eviction notices, car repossessions, like somebody come in swooping up the car like, all right, bye y'all. Repossession. What are you doing with my car, bro? Like, been there, done that, wrote the book. Yes. So that's why when people are like, oh, you're too young to retire, you guys understand it's mental brainwash. There is no set age where you retire. There is if your mind is brainwashed with the American dream, because the American dream says by the time you 19, 20, you going to school, you got all of those $30,000 worth of debt. Okay, then by the time you finish high school, you around 25, 26, not high school, college. By the time you finish college, you're around like 25, 26, and around like 27, 28, 29, 30, you're getting married. That's where you're getting your next piece of debt, because you already got your student loans that you still haven't paid off. But now you're getting into more debt, buying a car that you didn't really buy, you just got another loan. And then after that, then you go ahead and you buy your house, and then you work until you like 50, 60 years old, because you got all of these bills and you got all of this debt that you've accumulated. So now you have to work, because now you have to pay off all of this debt, and you have to save money, even though they're printing and shredding millions upon millions of dollars every day. Okay, and then by the time because that's what retirement is. Retirement is basically you've worked for a company, and then they're taking so much money out of your check for taxes, and then they're taking money out of your check for your pension. Okay, and so by the time you get what, 60, in your late 60s, early 70s, or late 50s, early to mid 60s, then now you've accumulated enough money to take care of yourself, because now you're almost done paying off that 30-year mortgage that you've had, because you bought that house following the American dream when you were in your mid 20s, early 30s. You bought that house. So now that you're 60, in your 60s, now you have your house that's all paid off now by the time you get in your 60s. And now you're so tired, you have arthritis, and you have all of these different ailments wrong with your body, to most of the time you can't even really enjoy all of the money that you've accumulated in your savings and in your retirement. And then you just sit around, and now you have grandkids, and now you just lay back sitting around watching grandkids play, and your body is so worn down and tired out that you don't even really have the time or the energy. You don't even have the energy to enjoy the life that you've worked your entire life for. You don't even have the energy or the physical capacity to do everything that you need to do. And with the way that everybody eats, and with the way that everybody lives their life, most of us are gone and dead by the time we get to 80. We're not even, so you have what, like 20 years to enjoy all of the money that you work for? Yeah. That's your American dream, guys. I really need everybody to sit down and do their research and really dig deep and figure out exactly what you need to do to reach new levels, because businesses are starting to put themselves first. Businesses are cutting costs. So if you are not somebody that they can't live without, that the businesses cannot live without, then when they cut costs, you may be that person that they cut. And you crying about it and having a pity party about it is not going to change anything. The only thing that's going to change your current situation is if you begin to change your mind frame outside of the American dream, and really do your research and stop believing everything that people put in front of you, and find out how the rich truly get rich. Okay, this is like part 1 of like our Get Money series. I think that's what we'll call it. I don't know, like our Get Money series. I don't know. Have any ideas on what we should call this series, then make sure you leave some comments below. But I love you guys. I really hope this was easy for everybody to take in, but I want us all to do better. And if we know better, we do better. The American dream is an illusion. Okay, get it together. Get your new format for your new dream. Get a new game plan, baby, because that's not it. The rich get rich 2 ways. Say it with me: debt and taxes. Billions of dollars every month they make off of just one form of debt that the American dream tricks us mentally into believing that we have to do. Okay, love you guys. Oh yeah, let me say this disclaimer, because I know that there will be a whole lot of grandkids that say this. Obviously, I'm not saying don't go to college, because if you want to be a lawyer or a doctor, I don't know, like a brain surgeon, girl, you better go to college, girl. Don't you be in nobody's brain cutting it open, girl. You ain't been to college. I'm just speaking in general. If the shoe does not fit, take it off, you know, or don't put it on in the first place. Love you guys, okay? If you're not doing so already, make sure you're subscribed here to my channel. And once you subscribe, make sure you click that bell notification so you're notified every time I post a new video. Make sure you're following me on Instagram so you stay, you know, in touch when we have our little discussions and things like that. What else? Oh yeah, like this video right now, because if you've been here this whole time, I don't really understand why you haven't clicked the like button. And share this video with your peoples, because I just asked you to, and I don't really have like a witty reason why you should, other than I want you to share it because I put my eyebrows on for you today, and I just feel like you should share it. All right guys, that's it. I love you guys so much, and until my next video, bye girl, get money, okay?